Good morning. I'm really happy to be here today. This is a very special day because for me it's the 4th anniversary of my decision to run for office. I attended the Women's March in Washington, as many of us did, and for me it was life-changing. And so as I saw all of the signs that people had, and the importance of signs today is really something, because we tell our stories in those signs. And as I marched in DC, which then became a rally because there was no place else to go because there were so many people, I looked around and I could see the stories about healthcare, about gay and lesbian and LGBTQ rights. I could see all of the things that we knew we wanted and we needed to protect that were going to be in danger with this particular administration. So, and when I came back, I started to talk to my friends and my colleagues and my spouse, and I said, I think I want to run for Congress. You know, I'm getting up here in years, and so I thought, go big or go home. So I decided to go big. So we ran in 2018, and we managed to organize the district. And so that has continued, and that was part of my decision to run again, because now we have all these wonderful organizations that are in our district organizing. They have found people that care for our country, that care for our state, and they want to do something to create change. So a little bit about me. I've been a clinical social worker and an addictions counselor for over 35 years. And I've always worked with people in domestic violence. I sit on a board of that, and I'm on a community health center board, as well as our diversity committee in Festus Crystal City, where I live. So I'm very excited to see this many people here in this muddy terrain, and it's not going to stop us. And that's what you want to remember, is we will not be stopped. So thank you for being here. I'm going to do a little bit of a speech that I prepared for this. So I wanted to just talk, this is a little bit of a retrospective on the past 4 years. Today we celebrate this event that brings together all who value our constitutional freedom of choice and our right to choose whom we want to love. We thank Planned Parenthood, NARO, Promo, Moms Demand, Medicare for All, and Missouri Healthcare for All, and many others for organizing in our district for the first time. We anticipate great things for this district. 4 years ago, many of us stood in Washington, D.C., in St. Louis, in Los Angeles, in Idaho Falls, in all the towns in the Midwest and throughout the country, and we also watched it on TV. We knew that we were in for a terrible time during the presidency of Donald J. Trump and his band of incompetent, greedy, and egomaniacal sycophants. The reality of the last few years has been worse than we could imagine. Joined by the B team of our Republican-dominated state legislature, we now live in a state where the B team tells us that women cannot be in control of their own reproductive rights, that everyone needs a gun, that we don't understand what clean Missouri is, that we need to pass right-to-work legislation, and on across the ballot issues that the 8th District has helped to pass. We have a congressman that has proven that he supports treating animals as poorly as he treats the majority of his constituents. He claims that the economy of the 8th is so great that we can pull back on some of our entitlements. Yeah, those are the things, of course, that are our protective measures that keep people from going hungry, giving them medicine and care when they are needed. He publicly states that his constituents are the ones who voted for him and who give him corporate money, like Big Pharma, Big Oil, and Big Ag. And let's not forget the corporate money he gets from the Koch brothers, our favorites. Brothers and sisters, I encourage you to follow the money trail when you look at our federal, state, and local employees. You will know exactly where their loyalty is, and you will see their corruption. And you can go to a website called opensecrets.org, and it will tell you exactly who's giving them the money. We joined together in 2016 to create a revolution that honors all people, that realizes, as the Bible says, the poor will always be among us. And we must provide help and opportunity. One that refuses to put children in the most horrid conditions on the border because of a weak president who despises anyone that isn't lily white with a red hat. Our revolution brought men and women into the political realm because they knew it was the right thing to do. They now sit in Congress and the state legislature to try to stem the mayhem that the opposition is advocating on a daily basis. It moved me to run in 2018, and it continues to move me as I run in 2020. Our work is not done. We need to protect our families, our environment, our democracy, our health care, our reproductive rights, our civil liberties, our judicial system, our freedom of religion, and our freedom from religion. We need to get those legislators who are corrupt and incompetent out of office and who destroy the reputation of our state and the standing of our country. We need to take back the White House, the House of Representatives, the Senate, and every seat in our State House. We need to knock on doors, make calls, find those who have not voted and why. We need to run for office, and we need to bring a message of hope that our efforts in 2016 and 2018 were not in vain. We stand for all of those who cannot stand for themselves. We stand for those addicted to opioids, to those who suffer from domestic violence, to those who suffer and die from gun violence, income inequality, lack of health care, lack of food, lack of education, those who want to come to our country and those already here. We have a place, and we will not be silent. We are here to celebrate our wins and mourn the losses that we have experienced. We are here today to build community, take action, give hope where there is none, and fight the good fight. Our parents and grandparents over many generations have fought hard for this country, and we must as well. In 50 years, we want to see the past 4 years as a time when we stood up, fought back, and saved our nation. So a little bit of the social worker is going to come out of me now, and that is just to tell you that when you feel defeated, stand up and get moving. Isolation is our worst enemy. Remember that you are not alone. The majority of people in this country want civility, decency, and a return to the democracy that we know that can exist. We can do better, and we will do better. The change is here, and it will not be stopped. Be that change. So thank you for being here. Let's do this. I'm Kathy Ellis. I'm running for Congress in the 8th Congressional District because we need a new representative who wants to work for the people. Yeah!